CrossFit started in the mid-90s. Founder Greg Glassman is the one who kind of pushed for the CrossFit program to become mainstream. He started a website in early 2001, and then people started following. He would post daily workouts on his website, and it started catching on all over the world. And then Reebok jumped into the picture, and that is why it's now mainstream and now on ESPN, and now why everybody's doing it. The difference between a CrossFit trainer and a personal trainer is that CrossFit trainers are in charge of running a class of 10, 20, 30 people in one class. And they're working with other trainers in the class with them. So they need to work with other people and conduct a class which every day is constantly varied. A regular personal trainer, you meet at a gym, it's one-on-one, so he's not responsible for multiple people doing complex movements. It's a little more machine work, more basic movement. The CrossFit trainer is responsible for making sure the class stays within the time. You're dealing with different level athletes. When you sign up, you gotta do a beginner class. It's 4 days long, it's mandatory for everybody. All my members have done it. It's basically for your safety. A lot of CrossFits charge additional for it. We include it this month, so you don't have to pay anything extra for it. It's 4 days long, Monday through Thursday. 10 a.m. or 8 p.m., whichever one fits your schedule better. We're gonna be very similar to what we did today with a PVC pipe, elbow here, footwork there. At the end of it, we'll put you through a workout, applying what you learn. Typical excuses are, I don't have time, it's too hard, I'm too out of shape. People find that I don't have time. So then I tell them, if I paid you $1,000 every time you came, I bet you would find time. So then that's when they kind of like look at me kind of confused. That or I need to get in shape first. We're here to get you in shape. And it's too hard, because they see things that they can't do right now, so they automatically assume and discredit themselves as to they can't do it. So then they just don't give themselves a chance to try it. So CrossFit, like anything, has positives and negatives, like any sport, any program, any fitness video. The negative connotations tied to CrossFit is that it's dangerous, that it's only for elite athletes. Everybody thinks that if you do CrossFit, one, you have to be a badass, or two, your chances of getting hurt are very high. But like anything, if you don't know how to drive a car and you get behind a wheel, that's dangerous. So if you're instructed and are educated as to what the movements are and you stay within your limits, there's no reason why you should get hurt. The ultimate goal is just to change as many lives as possible. People, obviously we have an epidemic in this country of obesity and all these diseases. And my goal is to educate people the way I was educated about nutrition, about health, about fitness. People think it's a 2, 3, 4, 5 month program where you're gonna lose the weight and continue about your life. What people need to understand is that this is a lifestyle. You need to incorporate this in your daily life forever. Working out and eating healthy. This isn't a temporary or like a short-term thing. Once people acknowledge that and accept it, then that's when you're gonna see the true change in your body. People wanna just kind of suck it up for 2 months and they lose 10 pounds and they think they're done, and they constantly battle with their weight all their life because they don't truly understand that it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
Who thought push-ups would be so much fun? I got involved in CrossFit with a friend. Originally just something I wanted to do, and it eventually became my job.
I tell her all the time, she's really strong.
Yo no pude terminar de cargar eso.
Up. I know. Nice job, Mary. One more time. Woo! Made it look like lightweight.
The impact that I believe CrossFit has on people is one of empowerment. It definitely makes men and women who feel like they can't do anything accomplish everything.
You don't speak Spanish, right? They were just saying that you make that look like it's so easy. Nice job. Nice job. Dalida, sube, more explosive. I don't know how to say that in Spanish. Más explosa. Explosivo, más explosivo. Okay, that's better. Did you hit this lift before without the 5s?
Yeah.
Sin el 5s? I didn't get to see you. You're still pulling high enough, you're just not dropping.
I would have to say my style of coaching is very adaptable. I coach according to the person I am actually coaching. So I always have a good time.
Elbows up.
I make sure my clients are always safe, but I always want to keep them back.
Baja las caderas. Don't lean back. Elbows up. Woo! Nice job. Nice job, Dalida. That what? There's something in
There's
every.
something in every wad that like, kicks my tail. And then
That's how you get better at it.
I know, but like,
Attack your weaknesses and capitalize on your strong points. So the way our WODs or workouts go for the day, it's usually an hour of class time. Today we had something where there was a warm-up, and that's every day. We always have a warm-up run. And then we'll go into a strength WOD or a gymnastics WOD, maybe some skill work, and that takes about 15 minutes. And then we have our actual Metcon, which will be either a partner WOD, or a lot of gymnastics movements on the floor, anything that requires muscle endurance, so that'll take up the entire hour class time. As soon as we're done, we're gonna go straight into our workout. This is the end. It's a 12-minute EMOM. So every minute on the minute, you are doing the following movements. 4 power cleans, 7 toes to bar. For the power cleans, 155 for men, 115 for ladies. Again, Brenda will demo the movement real quick. A lot of cleans today, guys.
You have all the movements demonstrated to you, and then once you set up your equipment, the clock goes on and you start performing your movements. Every time you have different workouts, so it can be from 8 minutes to 20-minute workouts, and then you have a time to stretch or do other activities. In a regular gym, you just go at your own time and you don't have someone watching over your movements and pushing you to go ahead and continue to the other one.
Our buyout today, 150 push-ups. Okay, so from the high plank position, Michelle, I wish he zoomed into your face because you look miserable over there right now. You're like, what? Okay, high plank position, core nice and tight, bringing your chest to the deck, and then locking out up top, all right? We're gonna play a game with these 150 push-ups. It's fun. I'll let you guys know all about that when we're done and we're back there, all right? Typical excuses for people not to join CrossFit. There's so many.
First, I need to get in shape to start CrossFit. Then I need to get better endurance to start CrossFit.
I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I don't work out. I don't lift weights. I don't like to sweat. It's too hot in here. I've heard it all. We need a timeout here. Did the doctor say you could lift a heavy weight like this? He approved everything heavy now. He said, you have herniated disc, but you can lift heavy.
It's not heavy.
So as a coach, I make sure I know all of my clients, and that is as soon as they step in the door and they start our one-on-one program or on-ramp program, I make sure I ask them if they have any injuries, if anything feels awkward and uncomfortable for them. I'm looking for sharp pains and to just really have them listen to their body. I'm made aware of any past injuries they've had or surgeries, and then of course, I scale their movements according to what feels better and is better benefit for each individual. Drop your butt. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay. That last one looked really good. I'm not gonna bash it. It looked good. The last one. Yeah, the last rep of that looked good. The other two you're doing. That's a lot of stress on your lower back. That's what you gotta be careful about. Drop your butt. Dropping your butt and a belt. So to be able to prevent injury, a lot of it not only depends on your coach, but you as well as an athlete. So basically gauging on how everything feels and you speaking up for what your body can take or cannot take. A lot of times stretching after a workout, and of course, icing when it's necessary.
A common mistake a lot of people do is thinking they know the movements and coming with a big ego. You have to come here knowing that you've never done this sport before, and just take it easy, because then you can injure yourself.
Vodka or agua?
I don't know what I have over there. I have no idea.
It's probably vodka. You're Russian.
Maybe, you know? The only thing that I'm like kind of trigueñita, no vale agua.
It's water. It's water.
I wish it was vodka, but it was not. It was water.
Yeah, good. Keep it close to your chest.
I come here every morning to just this is stressful, then I go to work. If I'm not coming, I'm pissed all day.
That was good. Nice lift. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. And then the plates come out. Hope this is psyching you guys out right here, my plates. I'm not really gonna add weight on them. I'm just saying that so they work faster. Brenda's gonna go get 25. I see her over there. I told them that you're gonna get a 25-pound plate. Yeah, just get them scared. Just get them scared. This is what goes on behind the scenes of CrossFit coaches. How you scare your athletes into working harder. 4, last one, Issa. All right, who are you passing the plate to? I think Liz at the end. Liz. You want the what? The girl in the purple shirt? The girl in the purple shirt is the winner! 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, Liz, last one. Don't worry, we're gonna get Xenia. That's what it takes to stay in CrossFit.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a reverse Tabata. Okay, so Tabata is 20 seconds of work. Yep, Tabata is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Open your feet some more, open your feet. There you go, all the way down, all the way down. There you go, good, perfect. Good, Lola, perfect.
And try to push your knees out with your elbows. So open up a little more, Fabricio. There you go. You want to get your elbows inside of your knees and push out. I think as far as starting kids at a young age, it's important. It's important for good body mechanics. So we don't really load the kids up, especially the little ones, with any weight. Probably the most weight they'll get is maybe like a 5-pound dumbbell or a 3-pound PVC pipe. Nothing too crazy according to their age. But really all we're looking for as coaches is 1, for them to be having fun, and 2, just to show good body mechanics and learn good body mechanics at an early age. We should play dodgeball. You guys will be it and I'll throw the balls. That'll be so much fun.
Only if it's a basketball.
I'm not gonna hit you hard. I'll hit you below the waist.
Is it like those balls right there?
No, you can't play dodgeballs with the kettlebells. Are you nuts? That'll hurt. What was that? Coaching the kids and coaching adults, totally different. The kids tend to be a little more fun, a little more stress for me because I worry about them because they're kids and they're a little more spastic. Doesn't count, you're out. But definitely a lot of fun. A lot of fun with the kids. You're out! You got Fabricio out?
The reasons why I put my son in CrossFit is because it keeps them active. It's an early start. It's a healthy start for any child.
Open up a little bit. Butt back first, elbows high. Elbows up. Lead with the elbows in the squat, okay? Right there. I think the importance of form and technique is it's probably the #1 priority here. So bring the weight down. They earn the weight. Take some weight off. With that being said, especially with the teens, they know that now. It takes some time for them to understand that, but they do know that if they move the weight correctly and it looks good, then they may earn their barbell or their kettlebell that day. But it's important, it's the #1 priority here. If they're moving efficiently and correctly, then they will absolutely be successful. You know, if they're not, then they're bound to get hurt. You guys are gonna hold a low plank, okay? For those of you who don't know what a low plank is, I don't care where your feet are, but your butt should stay down and level, flat as a board, okay? If you need to open up your feet for a better base, that's fine. But I don't wanna see this, and I don't wanna see this. That doesn't count. All right? You're gonna plank for as long as you can. We're gonna see who has the longest plank. All right, you guys all like to compete against each other. This is a great way to do it. Butt down, Ben. I like to program for our little ones, especially the teens, because I kind of know where they lack a little bit and where they're strong. But we can also fall back on the CrossFit Kids main site, where they program for us as well. They'll program from preschool all the way up to high school. So I can follow that too, just to give them some variety. But I like to program for our kids just because I know them personally and I know where they lack, I know where they need work. Good job, dude. Good job, Junior. That was still almost 5 minutes, dude. Awesome.
My kids needed some type of guidance. They needed a way to drain energy. They needed a way to stay focused, okay? And what better way to do it? If this is something that I found has helped me so much, and it's something that I enjoy so much, and it's something that has done so good for me, why wouldn't I give it to them? You know, why wouldn't I bless them with it, you know? So when I found out that there was a CrossFit Kids and there was a whole program geared around children, I was down. From the beginning, I was like, let's do it. We'll use my kids as guinea pigs. I'm down. Let's do it. We'll find out if this thing really works. And it does, because they have just shown leaps and bounds of improvements. 3, 2, 1, go. I do 5 power cleans, 10 toes to bars, 20 wall balls, 5 power cleans, 10 toes to bars. I finish off at 10 wall balls. I'm done. I rest 1 minute. I start back on power cleans. Programming for this box is very fun because I get to see what clients do based off of what I think will be best for them. So perfect example, next week I might program 5 power cleans, 10 push press, 15 air squats. Reason why? They did a lot of squatting this week. 15 air squats is not gonna kill them, but power cleans and push presses, a lot of upper body. I want you guys to improve your upper body as well. As the elbows come up, you wanna land with the feet at the same time. So I'm here, I'm gonna jump, pull, catch, and then stance. Okay, so show me that. Jump, pull, stomp with those feet. Boom, catch, better. Then you lean back a little bit, you wanna throw the hips back a little bit instead of, okay? Show me a little more. Better, that was 10 times better, good job. My style of coaching is being very loud, very motivating, and interacting with the clients, okay? So a lot of coaches, they sit back and they tell people what to do. I like interacting with them. I like I like adjusting them, fixing them in every technical way possible. Whether it's a power clean, whether it's a pull-up, whether it's even a simple air squat. There's always things people could change to improve. So catch with it. Boom, you want to catch the bar here. You want to catch the bar with your feet straight. Jump, catch right here. Boom, that's 10 times better, good. People first think about CrossFit, they think about how crazy and intense it is. In reality, it is very intense, but the best part about it is the fact that you have a group of people helping you. So when you go to a regular gym, the problem is that you work out on your own, you stick with a routine. You don't want to stick with a routine when it comes to working out. You want to stick with having fun and doing workouts that actually work. A lot of people stay with the routine, whether it's biceps, triceps. CrossFit is about 4 range of motion, meaning you're going to work out your body throughout every single lift that we have.
I think the biggest misconception with CrossFit is that it's like boot camp style, like you have to walk in and you have to do what the coaches say. You know, it's not like that at all. The workouts are meant to be scalable and modifiable for anyone, whether they're missing a limb or they're in their 70s or they're 3 years old. They are modifiable and scalable for everyone. So I think that's the biggest misconception. I think that's where CrossFit kind of gets a bad rap. Obviously, coaching is #1. If your coaches are knowledgeable and they're leading you in a safe path, then you're gonna be okay. But I also think part of it is that members themselves don't give it a fair chance. They come in, you know, for a couple weeks and expect to lose 40 pounds, and it doesn't really work that way. You didn't put on those 40 pounds in 30 days. It's definitely not gonna come off in 30 days. So I think us as a society, we want results right now, and it doesn't always work that way.
Form is very, very important because if you keep good form, you're gonna be able to pick up a lot of weight, and you don't technically have to be super strong for it. Like, perfect example, I have a buddy that he has his own weightlifting gym. So he weighs about 130 pounds, but he could outlift me by more than 20, 30 pounds in each single lift. Why? Not because he's stronger than me, but he's a lot more technical than me.
A rig so her knee doesn't come out in front, and she's gonna come down using the rig for guidance. But notice that she's doing everything with her legs. The rig is only there just to guide her. So if you're like yanking up off the rig and the leg is doing nothing, then it's not a very good scale down. It's a good arm workout, but we want to get the leg progression, okay? So if you're a little bit better, you can use the rings. If you're kind of there on the cuff, you can use the rings as guidance. And I've even seen people use the bands, where they grab the bands and they kind of just like hold the band and they help like pull themselves up with the band. What I'm looking for though is that if you're using the rig, don't depend on the rig. Depend on your legs.
The biggest thing about form, the most important thing about form is keeping you safe, okay? It's teaching you how to properly lift something from the ground to overhead, all right? But what a lot of people don't realize, a big important part about technique and form is making you efficient in the movement. So if you properly lift something, you're gonna conserve much more energy than if you would lifting it incorrectly, as well as increasing your risk for injury, okay? But let's put injury aside. Let's say we don't care, we're not gonna get hurt because the weight is really light and we know that lift it correctly or lift it incorrectly, you're not gonna get hurt. You're gonna stay safe. If you lift it correctly, you're gonna be able to lift it many more times than if you lift it incorrectly, because you're gonna conserve much more energy, okay? We like to put a big emphasis on technique and on form. Why? Because we realize that many people have either never lifted before in their life or don't have a physical conditioning background, okay? And we find that those people are the easiest ones to teach, okay? And to give them the best type of form. Why? Because they're a blank canvas. They've never lifted a barbell before in their life. They don't know how to do it. They're terrified about getting hurt, so they are all ears. The people that have some type of physical conditioning background, that have either started exercising or come from some type of gym background, those guys are usually more difficult to coach and train because, for one, they're bad habits, okay? They're full of bad habits, or two, they think they know how to do it correctly. So the people that have no type of training and no type of skill at all, those are most of the time the ones that are the easiest to coach because they're just a blank canvas. They're just a sponge. They'll do whatever you ask them to do.
Handstand push-ups. Standard on the handstand push-up, guys. I'm going to kick up to the wall. Top of the head should make contact with the mat. I do recommend kipping here. You can strict head through your window like a press. If you're gonna kip, the knees come to the chest, butt stays on the wall, nice big kip, head through the window again. If you cannot do handstand push-ups, obviously it's a strength issue, all right? So what we wanna get you guys to do is you're gonna double up on the hand release push-ups. So hips, chest, and thighs hit the ground, release the hands, and come back up. You're gonna double up on those. For example, you can't do handstand push-ups. You're gonna go 20 hand release push-ups, 18 hand release push-ups, 16 hand release push-ups, 14. You're just gonna double up the reps, okay? Obviously, we're just trying to build that shoulder strength. Keep your core nice and tight on those. You'll be surprised how much more efficient you will be.
Progress takes time, change takes time. So if you're working on something like your diet, make small changes. Small changes lead to big changes. Same thing here. You know, if you're working out, you're not gonna be great in 1 hour. It takes a long time, it takes a lot of practice. So take it day by day. I think if people take it day by day and just make small changes to their diet and their workout routine, in the end, they'll be a lot more successful. I started CrossFit for my own reasons. I was overweight, I was out of shape. I had never really played sports in high school growing up. So this was all very new to me. So I think a lot of times when I see people struggle in the workouts and the WODs, I can relate. And you know, I try to bring that with me, you know, because oftentimes they look at us and they think, oh well, what does she know? She can run a mile with no problem. It took work. It took work for me to get to that mile. So you know, a lot of times they don't realize that we also came from exactly the position they're in when they first get started.
My biggest thing is I was a negative influence for a long time in my life, okay? For probably about 15 years in my life, I was a negative influence, okay? Because of, you know, what I did growing up and, you know, who I was. So now why I'm so positive is because I wanna be a positive influence on everybody that comes my way, okay? I wanna be a positive influence. I want them to look at me and say, that person changed my life. One of the goals that I would like is to teach people how to exercise to the point that they won't need me anymore. My goal would be that if I can teach somebody to exercise and to perform movements and to live, not just exercise, live a healthy and fit lifestyle to the point that they won't need me forever in their life, they would remember me as the person that has changed their whole life. And in this way, they as well would have the knowledge that I have so that they could spread that, okay? So it's not just one person now. Now, what I showed that person has now been showed to multiple people, you know? And now it's not just a 60-day program or a 90-day program. No, now it's actually a lifestyle. Now I actually created a lifestyle for somebody.
I went from doing absolutely nothing to doing CrossFit, and that's not an easy transition. When I started, I was 315, so the urgency and importance of me being healthy and losing weight was at a high. Nothing else at that time mattered than getting my body in a healthy shape. I was in a very dangerous position. I was overweight and prone to a lot of chronic diseases that would stick with me for the rest of my life. So, and just by CrossFit alone, it helped me put everything in the right track to make the longevity of my lifespan last longer.
All right, so what you want to do is, eventually we want to do what's called the toes bar. Can't do that. Knees to elbows. If you can't do that, knees to chest. If you can't do that, knees to hips, knee ups. Doesn't matter. If you're hanging on the bar, bring your knees as high as you can take them, whatever that may be, and that counts for knees to elbow. All right, so all I want you guys to do now, hang from the bar, bring your knees straight up to your chest, down.
Being a coach here at Siege and also dealing with the one-on-one classes, I deal with a lot of new people. A lot of them are very intimidated and kind of have an altered or a media influence view on health and fitness. So because of that, they feel like they can't or aren't able to achieve certain things. I tell them my story, and that completely changes their perspective on it, and they feel inspired through me. And that inspires me alone to continue with my progress as well as continually influencing others.
Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind, okay? The journey to progress isn't an easy one, nor should it be.
I started getting the urge to coach when a lot of people started noticing my story. After that, I just kind of realized that my story, my struggle, can help a lot of other people.
You have your goals in mind. What helps are short-term goals, all right? So you get to one goal, work on the next one, work on the next one, and before you know it, you're exactly the way you want to be, okay? The beauty of this is that there's so many different things that you need to work on. There's so many levels that we can improve that your goals might start off being, I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, I want to lose 10 more pounds. When I started, my goal was to drop below 300. I did that. Okay, let's break 260. Okay, let's break 250, 225. I couldn't tell you the last time I weighed myself. Now my goal is to just perform better, just to have fun with it. So you notice that the more you stick to it, the more you're capable of accomplishing. And then the more your goals will change. It's a beautiful cycle, but you have to give it time. Anything worth having isn't gonna happen overnight, okay? So that's one thing I want you to keep in mind, because there's gonna be ups and there's gonna be downs, but as long as you're in here putting work, you're gonna see progress, okay? That's not gonna happen without your time and dedication. We're gonna be here to help you. We're gonna be here to push you along the way, because we've been there. We know what it's like to wanna accomplish something and you can't. That's what we're here for. So we're here to push you and guide you, but the hardest part comes from you guys.
So my goal as a coach isn't to become an elite competitor or become the best CrossFitter there is. My goal is to impact a lot of people and potentially change a lot of lives. That way they could get their lives on track and they could influence other people. I'm hoping it could be something that could spread and change a whole community.
I don't even remember how he came in here or how he showed up. I just remember one day he was here.
Rank a tank!
And I was like, who is this old man, dude? Who is this guy? Okay, and then I see him and he's just over there. He's just kind of to himself, you know, but he's over there putting in work.
Frank the Tank, go, she's coming for you.
All right, guys, get a breather, get some water.
One more, you done?
Settle for the wad.
You done? I'm done. Even if you have one more, you done? No, hell no. You just getting started, kid. You just getting started, kid.
I don't know why they called me Frank the Tank. Maybe because I'm built like a tank.
And it's perfect because he scales every movement. He just comes in here, he does what he can. He's like the perfect example of what CrossFit is all about. He goes hard, he doesn't complain. He doesn't complain because he's gonna do what he can. And he knows in his heart, and he knows in his head that what he is doing is what he can do. That's it. Most of the time when you see people that they're complaining that it's too hard, that it's this, that it's that, it's because deep down, they know that they can give a little bit more. It's just hard. Well, guess what? If it was hard, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. You know, we'd all be walking around jacked, looking like the 300.
About a year and a half ago, I was anemic, went to the hospital, got 2 pints of blood, lost about 40 pounds in about a month. I wasn't diagnosed, but I felt that I had rheumatoid arthritis. Knees collapsed to a point where I couldn't walk anymore. And eventually my weight started to come back. I was 180 at one time. I went down to 140 and got my weight back and told my wife that I wanted to do something other than drugs. The doctor wanted me to take drugs. I never really take drugs. I cure myself with exercise and diet mostly. So I told her that I wanted to start CrossFit. And about 5 months ago, I started CrossFit. And it was tough at the beginning, but now I'm getting used to it, so it's a little better. But maybe it'll inspire somebody my age to really look at themselves and not go to the doctor as much and take drugs, but cure themselves with diet and exercise.
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Dude, he's so awesome.
So I remember the first time I came, I saw it and I was completely intimidated. I was kind of like, whoa, you know, this is crazy. As the days progressed and the months progressed, I started noticing myself getting better and better and doing things that a lot of people thought I wouldn't be able to do. A lot of things that I thought myself I wouldn't be able to do. And I think that's what gave me the confidence that I had been looking for such a long time. You know, CrossFit has become that one place where I do not feel disabled. I got into a car accident March 8th, 2001. It was a drunk driving accident. I was 18 years old when it happened, and I suffered severe, obviously, injuries to my right leg as well as my left. They had to amputate. Thankfully, my doctor, Dr. Gregory Zyke, Jackson Memorial Hospital, who's like my second dad, saved my left foot because it looked like it might have to be amputated. I have no bone in my left thumb, and he saved my knee because it was supposedly going to be above the knee, but he did some miracle there and saved my knee, thankfully, because that is very important. And I'm still here though, you know, a leg short, but still here. I think CrossFit can go for 2 types of people. There's certain people that can come in and just do it and come in and do the exercises to lose weight, to get fit. And then there's those people that want to push themselves. There's those people that want to go take it to the next level. So I don't think I can honestly sit here and say that CrossFit is not a safe sport. You know, it is a safe sport if you do it right. You know, you start off little by little, slowly but surely, getting every movement, making sure you're doing everything correctly. You know, you gotta learn. You're not just gonna come in here and wail out 95 pounds when you're just starting, you know. So a lot of people can criticize CrossFit and say that it's a crazy sport. And you know what? It is, but it's for the strong-minded. When I first saw her, I was very intimidated by her. She would just walk in and kill every single WOD. So I was like, I want to be like her one day. And one day she just started talking to me. I'm like, oh my God, she's talking to me. And little by little, we started working out together, and she has just pushed me to my limits. And now I honestly consider her one of my greatest friends.
You have your ups and downs in CrossFit where you don't really love it all that much sometimes, and you get tired of it. And you walk in the box and you're like, I don't really want to do anything. And then I see her. And really, what excuse do I have? She just looks at me.
Get on the bar!
And I go.
One of the competitions that is very near and dear to my heart is the WOD Like Mad. And that is for Mothers Against Drinking and Driving. All proceeds go to Mothers Against Drinking and Driving, anybody who's been affected by a drinking and driving accident. And I'm gonna be competing this year with head coach Adrian Tapia, Braulio Garcia, and Migdalia Sosas.
In a basic competition, you'll have 2 workouts in one day. You can then have 3 workouts in one day. You can have 4 workouts over 2 days. So you have 2 workouts one day, 2 workouts another day. When you start getting into competitions that have 6 workouts over 2 days, those are bigger, much more advanced competitions.
CrossFit is the sport of the unknown. You're not gonna know what you're gonna get in CrossFit. When you sign up for a competition, you're signing up, you're signing that waiver, and you don't know what you're gonna work out until a day, 2 days prior to the competition. So basically, in order to train for any competition, you gotta hit all aspects. You gotta work on all your weaknesses. As much as you don't wanna work on them, you gotta work on them because guaranteed they're gonna be on.
When I'm gonna do a competition, I try to eat as healthy as I can. 2 weeks prior, it's very important, the nutrition and how you eat. And then go hard on the workouts, do a lot of cardio, and 2 days before the competition, I try to take it easy.
Also team competitions, the individual competitions, it's always fun to play around with either or. So I would recommend if you want to do a competition, your first time, do a scale competition, see where you're at, and when you're ready to hit that next level, you'll do an RS competition, maybe even a teams competition.
Now, one of the great things about competing is it shows you where you need to improve. So my first competition, I did it 2 months into CrossFit, 3 months into CrossFit. I had just started CrossFit, didn't know nothing. 3 months into CrossFit, Adrian told me, hey man, I think you should do this, okay? If worse comes to worse, I think you're gonna do well, but I think it's gonna help you see where it is that you are.
CrossFit is helping me prepare for it are the Paralympics. I'm currently right now training for the discus. And I'm throwing at, never touched the discus before in my life, and it's been 3 months since I've been doing it. I'm already throwing at 24 meters. I just got selected to join a camp in California, which I'm excited about, because only 10 athletes get selected, and I got picked, and this is all due to CrossFit.
CrossFit Open started 3 years ago, of which point the first Open was only about 29,000 people worldwide. And ever since then, it's increased exponentially from 21 to 70-something to 130,000. And this year, it hit over 200,000 people worldwide participating in the Open, which, if you compare it to Boston Marathons or other major events, is pretty impressive.
You must judge your partner from a profile view. I cannot see if his hips are fully extended if I'm standing in front of him. He can be slightly closing his hips, and I wouldn't be able to know, okay? So you need to be judging your partner 45 degrees or a full profile view, okay? That's the most efficient way to get the bar overhead. Another way we could do it is in a clean grip. He can clean the bar, back rack it, open up his grip, push, jerk it, stabilize, and then work from there.
The Open is 5 weeks long, where every week they release one workout. After you complete the workout, you submit your results online by video submission, or if you do it in an affiliate, the affiliate will submit the score. After the 5 weeks, they group everybody in the world into regions, okay, where then you will go, the top 48 of each region will go compete, and then the top 3 of each region will go to California to compete in the CrossFit Games, where they've eliminated everybody in the world to approximately, I think, like 250 athletes, and then that's where they will crown the fittest of all.
CrossFit is the only sport that I've ever seen where they're cheering for the last person. In every sport that I've ever seen, they're always cheering for the winner. They're always cheering for the person that's coming in first. They're always cheering for the person coming in second, third. CrossFit is the only sport where you see everybody throwing themselves on the floor, cheering for that last person. And that's what sucked me, because I was that last person. I was that person that couldn't finish the watts. And instead of cheering for the person that beat me, everybody was cheering for me to finish. And now I can say that I do that for the person that's last, because I'm no longer last. I came here last year and I competed and I did great with my team. And I told myself next year I want to come back and I want to win it. And I have a really great feeling about today. The turnout has been very successful. Next year I'm praying that they make it bigger, because a lot of other people wanted to come out and compete, but it sold out so quickly because of the limited of space.
I'm the chairwoman of Walk Like Mad and Mad Dash Fort Lauderdale. This is the second annual Walk Like Mad. Last year we had about 100 athletes participate in individual and team competitions benefiting Mothers Against Drunk Driving of Broward County. This year we had about 120 athletes, limited only by space. To date, we've raised $90,000 on a $100,000 goal. Today is a big part of that. We raised over $4,000 here at the CrossFit event for towards that $100,000 goal.
The first WOD, it consists of 3 WODs. The first WOD is a 600-meter run as a team. Then you come back and you're doing a 400-meter row, while your other partner does as many power cleans as possible within that 400-meter row. Once they finish that 400-meter row, you and your partner switch. The girls are teamed together and the guys are teamed together.
318. Really good, girls.
We got 146.
Yeah.
We had the highest score for all the girls.
Brandon and Emily got 144. That's awesome.
Oh, we beat them by 3 cleans.
Well, you guys got 146 or 147?
147. Then the second WOD is a minute at every station. You line up, and it's a minute at every station. You start off at butterfly sit-ups.
Let's go, girl. Put in that work. There you go. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Getting warmed up right here. This is our warm-up. This is our warm-up. Little core walk. Little day in the box to ride.
Burpees, pull-ups, and handstand push-ups, and then you go and you try to reach your maximum deadlift. The third WOD is 100 double unders, 100 box jumps. Box jumps are 24 inches. And then you go to 100 squats. And then you got to do a 150-meter sprint to the podium for a win.
Second place, Crossfit Siege.
Second! Woo! CrossFit is determination.
It's a community.
Development.
CrossFit is a lifestyle. It's a way of life.
It's camaraderie like nothing else.
Going beyond my goals.
CrossFit is passion.
CrossFit is strength, mental and physical.
Way to dig, maybe. I know I was jamming that shoulder in your ribs.
CrossFit is all about you come in and you give your 100% of what you have that day. That's it. Your 100% is what you have that day. It's not the 100% from yesterday. It's not the 100% from tomorrow. Okay? That 100% is going to vary day to day.
Siege on 3. Siege! 1, 2, 3. Siege!